Today on CityCast Denver. The city of Denver is in the middle of a trash revolution. We've been terrible at composting and recycling. Then last year, we agreed to make some big changes in 2023. The plans were exciting and ambitious, but according to the city auditor, Tim O'Brien, potentially overwhelming for the people and systems that handle our waste every day. So now that the changes are underway, my producer Paul Caroli and I decided to see for ourselves how it's going. Today is Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. I'm Bree Davies, and this is CityCast Denver. Paul and I met up one chilly day last week at the dump, aka the Denver South Transfer Station on South Cherry Creek Drive. It was late in the afternoon, right before the trucks started coming back from their rounds. And we were there for a tour with a spokesperson for the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, Vanessa Lacayo, an operations supervisor, Ruben Gutierrez, and the manager of the transfer station, Josh Salazar.
I'm Bree.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us about this place, Josh.
So this is the Cherry Creek Transfer Station. We bring in all the trash material, compost material, and recycling material for the residential collection side. We also have a drop site on location that the residents are able to utilize Tuesday through Saturday, where they're able to bring extra recycling, boxes, glass, paper, as well as some yard debris, so like branches, bagged, yard clippings, and then utilize that as well here. We also opened up this site for our regular programs, such as like leaf drop, tree cycle. We do in events where like the city gets hit with like a snowstorm or something and branches break down, we do open this up as one of the facilities that we could bring in the excessive branches as well.
Cool.
We were here with the Denver Post not too long ago, the photographer, and there was a line, I think at like before 10, of folks just waiting to bring their recyclables. So I can tell you it's a pretty active spot and very much used by the community.
I was going to say, I think people really want to do the right thing. They're just like still learning what the right thing is.
Right.
You know?
And I think from our perspective, we want to give them the tools and meet them where they're at. Be that, do they need somebody to come and speak and do a presentation? We've been doing presentations in the community. We have door-to-door. I'm actually going to give a presentation to folks who are going to continue doing door-to-door in Spanish.
Sure.
So we've already started doing that. We're going to bring on a new group. Jessica and I are doing that tomorrow, actually. So
it's a full service operation in itself just to get the information out.
Right.
Before, so folks can.
You're absolutely
do
right.
the right
I think the community wants to do the right thing. They just need the tools to help them, and that's where we come in to meet them where they're at.
Cool.
So is there like a giant pile of Christmas trees in here somewhere?
There is.
There it is.
Let's go see that.
Oh.
I want to see that.
I might have a terrible admission. I had a tiny Christmas tree, and my husband put it in the compost. Is that not what you're supposed to do?
You could compost them. However, it does need to be like cut down into pieces.
Okay.
You don't want to just put a whole tree.
It was tiny. It was
so you don't want to put like a whole tree in there.
Okay.
Just full.
Okay.
We do request that you would cut those down, just because as it's getting through the mulching process or even
Don't want to get it caught in your machine.
Yeah. So those ones, that one actually will go through the composting process, not the mulch process.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you're going to put it in your compost cart, it's going to be composted rather than mulch.
Turned
for
into
the,
mulch for
giveaway.
our gardens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's helpful. Oh, here it is. We got a big pile of.
Not that big. Not that big. Maybe like 20, 30.
Day 2.
Yeah.
When is it going to get big?
I would say by the end of the week, when people are able to access our facility on the weekends. Saturdays are our busiest day, just because work schedules and everything like that. This place will be very busy and active on Saturday.
Honestly, I was expecting to see just bigger piles of trash and recycling in general. I've walked past this place every week for the last 2 years since I moved into the neighborhood. Always wondered what was behind the fence. Not that big of piles. Like, are there normally bigger piles? Where does this stuff go?
Yeah, I know. It's like it's clean.
So remember, this isn't a facility where we store material. This is a transfer station. So as it's getting in here and
It's
dropping
moving
off,
on.
we're taking it to its next diversion site.
They just do such a good job. You don't see the trash,
Yes.
Paul?
Do you take everything to the other place, or do you sometimes keep treasures for yourself?
We don't keep any treasures.
Not one treasure?
Not one
I
treasure.
don't know. Ruben, have you ever seen anything that you wanted to keep out of the trash?
No, not really.
We were hoping there would be like a treasure story.
There has been guys that have found stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What? Give
Jewels,
us the goods. What's the best
gold
stuff?
coins, statues.
Somebody I know that's retired found a diamond tennis bracelet.
Dang.
Score. See?
And stuff like a lady called and they threw away all her family jewelry, and she wanted to look for it, but obviously you can't.
How do you?
You can't.
You can't. Oh,
Ended up in the landfill.
man.
That's a sad story. But maybe that's a hidden perk to being a driver. I heard that you all are struggling to staff up on drivers.
We've seen a significant increase in applicants, so we are hitting our goal. Yes, we're hitting our goal of filling our
So you guys
staffing.
are ready. You're ready for this.
Last year, we instituted Reroute, and these guys can kick me or throw something if I get it wrong. Last year, we modernized all of our routing systems. It was the first time that we'd done that in 15 years. And I think at the time we were offering a $2,500 signing bonus. This year, we knew we wanted to get it right. We were able to reclassify the position, make us more competitive with private sector, and offer a $5,000 signing bonus. So right now, if you go to our website, you go to Denver Jobs, you'll see
Waste collection operator.
operator is like one of the top hits on there.
Okay.
And so we are 98% staffed.
That makes me
Amazing.
feel a little better, to be honest with you, because I feel like the city auditor was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to handle all this trash. But
And they took a snapshot early on in the beginning of the year, and like I said, we've done so much in the last year just to get ready for this, and that reclassifying the position, being able to get a little bit more nimble on how we signing bonuses, I think really helped. And the fact that we are 98% staffed is a good example of that. I will also say though, with that, we still want to ask for some grace through this process.
Sure.
It's a learning curve for all of us. We have a lot of new drivers on board. And so just, asking the public to have a little patience with us, especially this first month, as we really try to, get in the groove, get that down, and give a shout out to the drivers. They have done amazing with everything that we've thrown at them, and it's one of those jobs we literally could not function without those positions in the city. It's a critical frontline position for the city.
And if you want that position, $5,000, that's pretty good. And a chance at a diamond tennis bracelet, maybe. Pretty good.
This episode is brought to you by Westwood Academy. Well, I've been kind of watching this school be built through Instagram, and I've got super excited when I realized it was in my neighborhood, in part because they take toddlers, which is super cool. My son is 19 months old, and my biggest concern was he's going to be in the middle of potty training if he's enters school this early, and they do that at this school. Westwood Academy offers childcare rooted in progressive values for children ages 14 months to 4 years old. They're focused on developing independence, confidence, and kindness. It's located in Westwood, right near Alameda and Sheridan, and they welcome families from diverse backgrounds and provide a safe experience for LGBTQ families. It's a brand new school opening this February with spaces available for children right away. Go to westwood-academy.com and schedule your tour today. Vanessa and Josh told us that in addition to increasing the signing bonus to help hire new drivers, they're staggering all the changes so it doesn't create a massive mountain of trash that no one can clean up. Weekly recycling pickups have already started, and they're planning to start the weekly compost pickups over the summer. And for the new Pay for Trash service, look out for a letter in the mail with instructions to select the size of trash can you want to pay for.
So the auditor warned that this rollout was going to be disastrous. He was really worried. What are the big challenges that you all are dealing with right now?
I think we're really working to just make sure it's a big change. It's a big change for the public. It's a big change for us. And we're asking people to have a little grace with us as we roll this out. You know, there may be some bumps on the road, but ultimately we're committed to getting it right. I think the direction we've gone with hiring is a good, symbol of, we're willing to get creative and look at opportunities of where we can do things better. Good examples, like we're looking to contract where we can. And just be nimble, right? And figure out what we need to do to get it right.
I mean, the only thing I would add is just working with the community. Like Vanessa said, educating, but also not stopping there. It's going to keep evolving. It's going to keep growing. So understanding that some things that we do now may change in a few years. I mean, some things that former or previous recycling companies have done before, they don't take that material. It's really market based. So, we're just trying to get as much information out there, but also like we rely on the community to outreach with each other as well.
When you say market-based, is it like some places have different trash than other places?
No. I mean, just like the material that we take in. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
some municipalities don't take in glass. I mean, we take, glass, cardboard, paper, plastic. So we take in more. Other cities, it depends on what their market is.
I didn't know that. You see, we learned something at the dump. That's you know what that's from? That's a Whole Foods.
Yeah, so that's, kind of touching base on like, working with the community and, making sure that everybody has the education and working together. With the Christmas trees, yes, we'll take them in. We have the extra drop sites this year, but we want to make sure that there's no ornaments on there. There's no tinsel. There's no
lights,
bases, lights. Yes, anything that's going to be on that tray that cannot be composted or
they can't go
turn
in the
into mulch.
mulcher.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I got some ornaments I'd really like to put in there, though.
Then you need to put those in the trash.
Some really
bin.
ugly ones. That's just straight to the trash.
Or if you have holiday lights, you can bring them to our transfer
I have
station.
some in my car.
You have some. We can take them at
I
our
was like,
transfer
I'm
station.
going. I can go take my
So we
holiday
divert lights as well.
Why? Okay, maybe that's a question. Why do you divert lights out of the trash, like Christmas lights or holiday lights?
Because of the light bulbs and then the
wiring.
Like the wiring in there. So that stuff could be recycled.
Oh, so this is also in general why you don't want to put electronics in the trash.
Correct.
Can.
Correct.
Okay. And you have
E-waste.
special.
Yes.
There's special times and drop-offs for e-waste outside of the holiday season, right?
Correct. And that's all on the website, on the
Okay.
Denver Gov website.
Cool.
Our waste directory, I mean, if you guys are planning to post denvergov.org /recycle, will take you directly to our recycling page, and you can find our waste directory there.
Show you exactly where you can put everything, which thing goes where.
Exactly, and it's not this long list. It's almost like a Google. You put your item in, and it'll pop up what container it goes into, if it's something we accept, or it also will offer suggestions on places that do accept those.
Cool. Okay.
And so we can walk this way.
Yeah. All right, so we're walking around. This is the backside of the dump. I'm not going to call it that anymore.
I know.
I will keep calling it that.
This is more like a parking area, like where all of our vehicles park. So typically you'll see vehicles pull in, our residential collection trucks, they'll pull in, they'll pull up onto this scale. This scale weighs how much tonnage is on the vehicle. From there, they'll select what type of material it is. Is it trash? Is it recycling? Is it compost? So once they get their scale ticket to see how much tonnage is on there, they'll communicate with our loader operator to determine where they're going to dump.
Why do you have to weigh it?
Because we want to capture how much tonnage we have. How much tonnage we have coming from that route.
Okay, so it's like keeping track of
everything. Correct. So we track exactly which route, neighborhood that's coming from, and how much tonnage it is. So from there, we're able to see where we gotta educate for the diversion.
We got a fresh load coming in.
Yes.
I will say, we take a lot of pride in the work that we do. I can't speak for Josh. I grew up here, lived here, practically my whole life. And I think, as general, we take pride in our city, whether you work for the city or whether you live in the city. And so, I want to just kind of, again, give another shout out to our drivers. It's not always a glamorous position, but one that's critical. And
if collection stopped, I mean, I'm sure you could imagine the Armageddon that this city would feel like if there was no one to deal with all the stuff we throw away. It's crazy.
We're hoping that goes down, though.
Well, it does seem like activity's picking up.
Yeah.
Maybe we could wrap up with a few, for the people listening who want to do better.
Yeah. How can someone do better with their waste? Like, what is there something that you guys always see in the compost or the recycle that's wrong, or like, you know what I mean? Something that people are clearly like not getting the information on.
Well, so I know Josh has some thoughts, but I think think about waste before it starts, right? So let's kind of start at the beginning. A good example of that, let's say you're going out for takeout and they offer you utensils. You know you're taking that back home. Say no, right? A lot of things people don't always think about, remembering to bring your bags to the grocery store. So I think probably the biggest one is because you're thinking about like the waste that you create, and probably stopping it before it even starts is a really good kind of easy thing.
Trash
to
prevention.
Think about. Yes.
Waste prevention. Okay.
I would say for recycling is the plastic bags.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
yeah.
I see that.
So-
I see those signs on like general recyclement, like don't put plastic bags in here, please, because it ruins like.
Same with compost. People,
Okay.
A lot of residents like to put their like grass clippings or yard debris in the plastic bag. They're trying to do the right thing, but then they put the plastic bag in the compost cart.
And
So
then that just
eliminating
creates a-
eliminating plastic bags. And the rule of thumb, if you don't know, try to research it. Try to go to our website. Go to see what we do. Except don't just assume that we're going to take it, because then that could throw off our whole load for diversion.
I'm thinking about produce labels. I
Yes,
feel like
so
those are a real
stickers,
problem
yeah.
in the compost.
Cardboard boxes in compost. We don't take Amazon boxes in compost.
You don't.
We don't. That's
Okay.
recycling. Perfect for recycling. Bad for compost. So
Do I need to wash out my yogurt container?
Rinse should be good. Like, as long as you're not throwing it in there like really juicy, but
Okay.
you don't have to like put it in the dishwasher before you put it in your recycle.
Okay, because I had a friend that was like, "Oh, that's just wish cycling. If you don't like scrub everything out, you might as well just put it in the trash can." But just try to be kind.
Yeah,
and, like,
be kind. Do
okay.
a quick rinse. And I think, we're not trying to shame people
Yeah.
in thinking about, like climate change. It's mostly giving folks the tools that they need and working together.
Okay, that's helpful.
Well, I want to go record some of these sounds.
Paul wants to get closer to
I
the
do want to get a
waste.
little closer, if that's okay.
Gross.
We don't have to keep talking about this if no one else wants to get that close.
For more information on Auditor Tim O'Brien's report on the changes to Denver's waste management and to read the response from the city, I'll drop some links in our show notes. Also, I cannot recommend it enough. The Denver Trash and Recycling app is super helpful if you need updated info on your trash sitch. Well, this is great.
Josh Salazar, Vanessa Lacayo, thanks so much.
And here's what else Denverites are talking about: wage theft. After years of advocacy and increasing complaints from people across a variety of industries, Denver City Council unanimously passed an ordinance Monday night to increase protections for unpaid and underpaid workers. According to Denverite, the new ordinance will direct wage theft complaints directly to the city auditor, which should streamline the restitution process. It also expands protections to include independent contractors. Proponents of the ordinance cited reports showing that employers steal nearly $728 million from employees annually in Colorado, while the city auditor was only able to recover $1.1 million for Denver workers in 2022. And finally, remember last week when I told you about the state's new missing Indigenous person alert system? I'm sad to report that there has been news in the search for the first person we got an alert for. A Lakota man named Wanblee Vigil disappeared in Denver on December 30th, and he has been found dead, according to the Denver Police Department. Some of Vigil's family members and advocates say that the delay in issuing the alert for his disappearance is concerning. It didn't go out until January 3rd. We'll be watching the story to see how the alert system is working or not. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell Oscar the Grouch about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter, Hey Denver, by texting Denver to 66866. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you later. Okay. Oh, I can smell it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stinks.
If you guys are ever interested, we can connect you with A1. That's who we contract to compost. There's some smells there.
If we're interested in a real stink, you're saying?
This is nothing.